Green in second. Tuck then is in third ahead of Turting. Turting then ahead of Schrey. Fulgencio in sixth. Then we've got Springgob in seventh. And Jan Casil up 5 positions, ladies and gentlemen. Up 5 spots from P13 on the grid after his penalty is in 8th spot. And next up for him is Springgob. So keep an eye on Casil. Casil is on the charge here. There he is. You can see him just in the middle of the shot there, just in front of the red and black AMG, which I believe may be him already made the move. So yes, Jan Casil up to P6. Oh, there's a move happening in the background here. Lucas Mauron and, by looks of things, Rudolf Rin. So Rin and Lucas Mauron having a nice little battle here as well. Where is Mauron now? Mauron P16, started P21. So P21. And Georg Griezmann currently resides in P21. David Sherban down in P20. And Fidel Lieb then is in 19th position as it stands. But as we look on here, Casil is going to try and make the overtake here on Schrey for what would be a P5. There's no way there's a podium on for Jan Casil. There's 21 minutes to go. Could Jan Casil go from P13 to P3? You never know. I'll tell you what, look at the exit speed here. Actually, he's going to just track alongside here. And is he going to pull out into the inside, into the final corner? Decides against it. And actually, Schrey will run out wide here, trying to defend that position. Well, will the AMG get a punchier exit here? Runs a little bit wide, but again, not really close enough, and actually loses a bit of time to the drivers in front. Turting then just go a little bit further ahead. Heinemann leads by 4.8 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. He is a man on the charge here. He doesn't want to give anybody a snifter of hope, that is for certain. But this little group of cars here are all just trying their level best to keep in tabs with the front three. Front three are all of the race winners from the DTM so far. Heinemann, Ben Green, Ben Tuck, Turting then in that orange Porsche, just in behind them after losing the position to Ben Tuck. He's just kind of lost a bit of time here. Schrey all over the show here, trying to defend from Jan Casil. Jan Casil trying to make his 960th overtake for the day. He's flashing the lights there just to let him know he's there. I think he knows you're there, Jan. I think he knows you're there. And this is where we've seen a lot of overtakes being made on the entry to this corner. Not going to happen here, but what about the exit? Down towards that hairpin. Of course, is a very, very long braking zone. The longest braking zone on the circuit, apart from maybe turn 1. But you can see then the M4 is just able to pull away. Casil not really quite close enough. There's potential action happening in the background here. So Mauron, by the way, Mauron up to P15. Herziger is just up ahead then of Heikki Hamel. And we've seen this has been the nature of the final chicane here from every driver. I don't think when you're 4.5 seconds in the lead of a sprint race, you need to be taking that much of an advantage of the curbs, but who am I to tell Tim Heinemann how to drive, that's for certain, because he currently leads by 5 seconds. 5 seconds is the lead. Has Jan Casil got ahead of Schrey yet? No, he hasn't, but look at this, you can see them just close in the background, and again, taking loads of curb on entry. And this is the most dominant display we've seen so far this season. It's not even close. Got some side-by-side action in the background as well. And that looked like it might be Kubolt and Vankmuller again. So the two M4s are really going at it right now. Jan Casil just being held up now by this M4, and the M4's straight line power is really sorting them out here. Although Casil's a little bit closer in that slipstream. See the M4's just able to pull away and actually closing in on the Porsche just in front. As they go late on the brakes. Schrey, oh, Schrey's got a great entry through turn number 1. Turting runs a little bit wide. It's kind of normal service resumed here at the 18-minute mark of this race. So Jan Casil's got to be careful here because he's got Fulgencio just in behind him and Springgob. Oh, and there's side-by-side action here. So Lucas Mauron trying to make a move here on the Expo. Not quite going to work out here. So it's Reinhard Koffler. I think Koffler's actually made the move on Mauron. So Mauron is showing now, just in behind. Although Mauron's trying to retake the position. He has retaken the position in that Audi. As he goes late on the brakes here, leaves the door wide open once again. But he's going to hold on. So he's looking to attack the number 90 of Heikki Hamel in that Toyota Supra. But he's also got to try and defend from the KTM Expo in behind. Audi, though, looks like an absolute rocket in a straight line, by the way. Expo there, just struggling ever so slightly, but so fast through the corners. But unfortunately, when a car's parked on the apex, there's not much you can do about it. Tries to get a punchy exit out of the hairpin. Not quite going to be able to here. Lucas Mauron's going to open up the Schumacher S's as best he possibly can. Can't really go through there side by side. He'll just lose a shed load of time and now puts himself under pressure here from the KTM. KTM, of course, we know how late he can go on the brakes here. Lucas Mauron goes one way and then goes the other. So can Reinhard Koffler potentially make his move up the order here? Again, fastest in free practice 1, second fastest in free practice 2. And then as soon as it came to qualifying, it just, ended up going a little bit crazy. And now Fulgencio and Springgob there having a bit of a battle side by side. And actually, looks like we had Fulgencio coming a little bit worse off there. Runs over the chicane. Hopefully he won't get in too much trouble for that. He was avoiding a potential collision. Jan Casil's just dropped off the back of Schrey right now. So the tyres may be starting to drop off here. And well, just wondering whether the AMGs are going to start to struggle with the tyres. Bearing in mind, Tim Heinemann leads this race. Again, he's got just over a 5-second advantage. So he can manage that. There's no problem. It's fine. But the way Casil's driven early in this race, that might be an indication as well. He was very much attacking. To go from P13 to P6, you have to drive attacking, that's for sure. So we've got a replay here then. So Springgob's had a little nibble up the inside. Don't think Springgob's done anything wrong there, has he? He left the room. Fulgencio just bailed out. Yeah, Fulgencio just completely bailed out. He's made a mistake. He's gone late on the brakes. And actually, we saw Jan Casil do exactly the same thing. So wondering whether they might both be reprimanded for that. We'll see. Guess we'll find out. This race does indeed go on. Got a battle in the background here then between Rudolf Rin and Andreas Gulden. Porsche versus Toyota. Toyota trying to get the underlap here. So how much straight line speed does that Toyota have? I tell you what, it looks pretty similar to the Porsche. So the Porsche then is going to get across here, so we can't be late braked. Yeah, very, very clever defending. So Rudolf Rin does indeed hold on to P16. He'll want to be further up the order. He has been further up the order over the course of this season so far. Just not been a very, very good day in the office, has it? If we're going to be completely honest. There's Fidel Lieb then ahead of Van der Laden. They've got David Scherban in behind them. And then they've got Georg Griezmann in the KTM Expo behind them as well. So these four are all in close proximity, trying to make their way up for P18. So 4 drivers battling for P18. Good to see there's still battles all over the circuit right now. Lead, though, 5.4 seconds. It hasn't changed for a couple of laps now. So I'm wondering if Heinemann might be starting to struggle with tyres, might be just trying to keep them into a certain range. Ben Tuck just a little bit of time off of P2. Ben Green. Heinemann leads though. 5.4, still 5.4. 7.8 then to Tuck. Turting and 9.4 behind Schrey, Casil, Fulgencio. And they've got Springgob, 12.3 off the lead. Kubolt, Vankermuller, rounding out your top 10. Snooks, Herziger, Lucas Mauron, Hamill, Koffler. In 16th position then is Rudolf Rin. And the rest of our drivers are Gulden, Fidel Lieb, Van der Laden, David Scherban, and Georg Griezmann. Still on board with this Porsche versus Toyota battle. Quite fun to watch, although they both lost some time here. Oh dear, there's a big mistake there by Reinhard Koffler. Runs off a little bit wide and loses a little bit more time. So sector 1, he's got to be taking full advantage of that car. That's his strength. Strength is through those corners. Especially when you've got such long straights after these technical parts of the circuit. You know, you've got to take advantage, otherwise you're just going to get left behind. Hugely left behind. Ben Green's taken a 10th of a second out of Heinemann. I think Heinemann might be starting to struggle here. I think the tyres are really going off. 13 minutes, 30 seconds to go. He's really, really losing grip in that car. He's still 5.3 seconds. It's only a 10th. You know, if he lost a 10th every single sector up to the end of the race, he'd still be fine. He's done the hard work already. Just needs to manage this car to the end. Casil, by the way, so close here to getting that top 5. He's got Schrey to deal with. Schrey goes defensive here through the right-hander, and it's a key corner. It's a key corner to indeed maximize your exit speed. As you can see, so many drivers there indeed running out wide. So here we go then. Jan Casil in behind Schrey. Not quite close enough for a dive, I don't think. Definitely don't think. Although Heinemann, by the way, is just taking another couple of tenths in. Oh dear, we've got Van der Laden off the circuit here into the barrier, and that does not look good. Whereabouts on circuit is this? And this might be on the, where would this be? I think this might be the hairpin. Oh, I tell you what, a late lunge up the inside here. And wow, driver of the day for me so far is Jan Casil. He moves up to P5. He was patient. Shrey made it as difficult as possible. And across the line they go. And wow, Casil has got the job done. Of course, the M4 now going to use that power advantage down in towards turn number 1. Late on the brakes here. And well, we know that the Mercedes is going to be able to do that a little bit better. And wow, is he going to drive across his line? He does. And Jan Casil, it took 3-4 corners to do it, but now he's on the charge. He's got some clear air to work with. And can he push now towards Peter Terting? So here we go. It's the Schumacher S's then. It's on the exit of the Schumacher S's. Grabs a load of curb. And that's it. You're then a passenger. Grab too much curb. Tried to keep the power down. And unfortunately, all 4 wheels were not on the track, giving the traction. And as soon as the wheels landed on the deck, they were over-rotating for the car. And there you go. That is into the barrier. And still, the yellow flag is gone. Oh, no, there's a yellow flag. I'm surprised we haven't had a full course yellow into a safety car here, if I'm honest. Although the camera being on this car here says to me that we might be a little bit behind. No, we're not. So we're coming up towards the S's here. And there is no... Oh, there is. A safety car. Okay, so this now makes the last 10 minutes here very interesting indeed. Because I think Heineman's tyres have gone off. So Heineman leads the race. Ben Green second, Tuck in third, Terting fourth. And Casil with that opportunity. Could he get P13 to P3? You never, ever know. It could be really close. It could be really, really close here. Ten minutes, 45 seconds to go. And, well, Felix von der Laden is going to be furious. And ultimately, he actually can't get out the car because the door's on the left-hand side of the car. So, yeah, not ideal. So you've got to rue that mistake for a lot longer than what you would like to. That's for certain. And, well, now it becomes very, very interesting indeed here. The lead is Tim Heinemann's. But now he's got 2 M4s behind him. He's got Peter Terting in the Cayman behind him. And he indeed has Jan Casil. P13 to P5 so far. One of the best drives we've seen so far this season. Albeit Tim Heinemann's drive from the pole position to get a 6-second advantage is also well and truly up there. Because we just haven't had a dominant winner like this season. Now it becomes interesting. So he's being towed along here. That rope looks like it's going to snap. Well, there you go. So it looks like the handbrake's jammed on. And well, you just got to hope that that car is nice and ready for tomorrow. Remember, we've still got qualifying and race 2 tomorrow. So there we go. Car's off the circuit. Oh, no, there he is. I thought the rope was going to snap. I thought the rope was going to snap. And it has. So yeah, imagine pulling a car with 4 wheels all moving in the right direction. But imagine a car dragging. It's like a dog. It's like a dog trying to walk a dog that doesn't want to walk. Where they drag their back feet. Still under safety car conditions then. So as soon as we get this car off the circuit, I feel like we're going to have a 4-lap sprint at the end of this race. And this is where it gets really exciting. Really exciting. So if you want to get involved in the conversation, tweet me at ActRollVision and let me know what your thoughts are for the rest of this race. Who's going to get the win? Will it be Tim Heineman? Will it be Ben Green? Will Tuck be able to get himself a couple of positions here? The BMWs have got to be clever here. They've got to realise that one of them has a chance of winning. But if they battle with each other, then neither of them are going to get a chance at winning. So, yeah, I'm not too sure how it's going to work in terms of them both racing for the same manufacturer. But I would imagine the safety car, with the communication we have here at the Nürburgring GP, should be coming in. Should be coming in now. Hopefully, we don't have an extra lap here. We just have 1 lap under safety car. And the safety car is in. Here we go. Lovely old job. Safety car comes in, and now it's up to Tim Heineman as to when he's gone. I think he's gone. Yes, he has gone here around the final corner, and Tim Heineman has already let them go. So Ben Green then needs to close the gap here. So we've got ourselves a little bit of a sprint action for the final 7.5 minutes of this race of the DTM inaugural DTM Trophy Championship. Round number 5 here. It's race 1 of the weekend. And look at Ben Green. He is closing up. Of course, we believe that Tim Heineman's tyres are not in the greatest of shape right now. And you can see they're running out wide through turn 1. And, well, could we see another double race winner? A bit of contact there into turn number 1. Not too sure who that was. And that might be Springob, actually, on Schrey. I think Schrey is trying to bite back here. Yeah, that was definitely... oh, no, it's Fulgencio. So Fulgencio on Schrey. Or actually, no, it probably was. It was Springob on Schrey, and Fulgencio's taken full advantage. So we have to get a replay of that into turn number 1, but that looked very, very naughty there from Springob. But as it stands, he's up to P7. Got some cars running off circuit here again. Here we go. Oh, a late lunge up the inside. The door was open, but yeah, Springob was never making the corner there. There you go, Fulgencio just in behind. Yeah, that's on the AMG for me. So Schrey was far enough ahead. But Fulgencio takes full advantage there, and I'm wondering whether that might indeed be a drive-through penalty. I guess we'll find out soon enough. So Herziger then, under pressure from Lucas Maron. So Herziger and Maron, P12 and P13. Remember, Maron started from 21st. Von der Laden, of course, is the only driver out of this race. Side-by-side action through the S's. And Herziger indeed commits. And oh, there's a big mistake there as well. You do not want to be heading off into that wall. We've seen that happen already. And these three going into one. It's going to be close then. You've got the expo then of Reinhard Koffler trying to make up a couple of positions here on his debut as well. He's found an inside line here. Maron is going to have to leave the door open. And he grabs a bit of curb dessert. Wow, that's a superb move by Reinhard. Reinhard then showing exactly what sort of pace he has. Now the Audi is going to try and shape up a move here through the elbow. And you can see that he is so fast. And well, Maron squeezes Reinhard off the circuit almost. Reinhard is now going to lose 2 positions due to him having to get off the power. And that was, well, that was very dangerous. And I would like to think that that might be looked at. That was pretty poor, actually. Could have ended up really badly. Heineman leads then 1.6 seconds, so I was saying that his tyres might be shot. I'm probably wrong there, because he is absolutely extending that lead once again. And maybe Heineman was actually managing the situation just in case we did have something like this. So Casil then trying to close up to Terting, currently in that top 5. 5 minutes remain here. So Heineman leads 1.5 seconds between him and Ben Green, and a further 1.5 seconds to Ben Tuck. We've then got Terting in 4th position. Casil is in 5th. Springob 6th. Del Fulgencio is in 7th position. Schrey in 8th. Kubolt in 9th. And then Vankmuller is in 10th. Vankmuller and Kubolt have been battling for what feels like 4 hours at this point. They have been pretty much neck and neck the whole race long. So Heineman has done a sensational job here. And that's the 3rd time this season he's led out a safety car as well. So he's had a bit of practice in the previous weeks. He did it at Spa, and he did it at the Lausitz ring. At Spa, he actually lost the lead of the race after a couple of laps, but he managed to indeed keep hold of the lead after the safety car restart. But at Lausitz ring, he learnt from that, and, well, especially here at the Nürburgring GP, he has definitely learnt from that experience. He's now 2 seconds to the good, 4 minutes to go in this race. So I'm thinking we have got ourselves potentially 3 laps remaining, maybe 4. It's going to be close for 4. You can see here Vankmuller and indeed Kubolt battling for position. Kubolt's ahead of Vankmuller, both in very similar looking BMWs. Just got to remember that one of them's got blue on the bonnet. Makes it easier for my job. As they come then towards the final chicane. No real moves or shakes here so far, apart from a little bit further back, of course. You know, we had the KTMs getting involved. Of Reinhard Koffler and Lucas Maron. Koffler's actually dropped behind Maron here. So as we head then across the start-finish line. And we are going to have 3 more laps remaining of this race. 3 more laps remaining. So here we go, down in towards turn number 1. You can actually see Jan Casil really has burnt those tyres up because he's under so much pressure from the drivers behind, Springov and Del Fulgencio, but all in the same car. And who's that making a move there? So that looks like Snooks has made a move for P10. I think the P10's been done there. Nice job, really nice job. Yeah, so Kelvin Snooks then has moved up into P10, started P12 on the grid. There's Van der Laden and his car there. Again, he'll be really hoping, really hoping that his car is all good. Van der Laden getting some screen time. Yeah, he has no idea. Sometimes that happens. You're committed on a curb, and you know you're a passenger. You're a passenger. But that's the classic YouTuber there. He knew exactly where the camera was. That's a fact. But this is the real battle we're watching now. Peter Terting under pressure from Jan Casil. So Casil trying to move up yet another position. He's currently gained 8 spots so far in this race. Exactly the same amount actually as Lucas Mauron. So Mauron's gained 8 positions as well. And I think Mauron's may have just lost a position. He has. I think Mauron's just lost back out then to indeed Koffler. Koffler back up into P13. So they're having a hellacious battle right now. Actually, Fulgencio ahead of Springov now. So that battle for P6, it is Fulgencio that moves up a position. Schrey is now in P8, so just dropping a little bit further back, of course, due to the contact down towards turn 1 at the restart. Heinemann now already 3.1 seconds in the lead here. And well, we would love to be looking at Casil here, because Casil, I think, is setting up Terting exactly the same as he set up Schrey into the final corner. See then the blue Audi trying to get involved here. So that is Kelvin Snooks in behind Kubolt now. So he's trying to take not only Vankmuller but Kubolt as well. Down into turn 1 they go, and Jan Casil not quite close enough, so he decides to go out nice and wide here to open up the corner. Can he get on the power early enough? He has pulled up alongside, but he's going to have to go the long way round here. Terting is not going to make that easy, that's for sure. He's trying to find a gap on the exit here and actually runs over the inside of the curb, and actually it's going to cost him a little bit of time. So P4 is in the offering here if he wants it, but he's got to go out there and get it. We're going to have one more lap remaining after this lap here. So he's got 1.5 laps to get this move done. Is he close enough now? Is he close enough now? He's going to be forced to go around the outside here, and Terting showing great defensive credentials right now. He's going to have to lean on the tyres on the exit of this corner here to set himself up for the right-hander. Now they've got the long run down towards the hairpin. AMG trying to squeeze a bit more power out a little bit earlier, lost the rear ever so slightly. And now maybe under a touch of pressure here from Fulgencio. Down in towards that hairpin then. Just not quite close enough once again. And well, I tell you what, there's a mistake here by Terting, and Jan Casil says, thank you very much. Yoink, I'll have that position, cheers. And he put the pressure on, the mistake was made. And I tell you what, no, there's a problem with that car. Terting's car, there's a big problem. I can see smoke coming out from the back of it, and I think he might have lost a bit of drive here. Definitely not got the speed. He's on the brakes early. So there's something not quite right here. That is for sure. And oh, there's contact here. Oh no, there's a big spin. Big crash then. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That is Max Kubolt and indeed Kelvin Snooks. So Kelvin Snooks then has got damage, and oh, there's debris on the track here, and I'm wondering whether we might end this race under safety car conditions. We've got the flashing of lights here. I think they realise that there's a problem with that car. Yeah, that Porsche's got a real issue here. And, well, it's going to be an absolute gift then for Fulgencio. Top 5 for him. And he's going to come into the pits. Yeah, he's in. He's into the pits here, so it looks like it's a terminal problem. We're heading on to the final lap of the race here, and it could be a hat-trick of wins in a row for Tim Heinemann. No mistakes on this lap, and he will take his 3rd win in a row. He took both at the Lausitz-Ring, and, well, the Nürburgring GP is looking very, very likely that he's going to do that as well. And as you can see there, unfortunately, Terting just dropping down the order because he's in the pits. And that is so, so unfortunate. Such a great drive from him. And, well, what sort of issue were you looking for here? We just saw smoke coming out the rear of the car. And it looked like he'd lost drive on acceleration. It looked like the top end was okay, but it was going up from 1st, 2nd, 3rd. That was where the issue was. Again, I'm no mechanic. Just trying to figure out what's going on for you guys at home. Kelvin Snooks then down as well due to that incident with Max Kubolt. Again, I'm sure that those things will be looked at, but one person who does not care in the slightest about what's going on behind him is the German, Tim Heinemann. Again, championship leader currently on 97 points due to his 3 points from qualifying today. The guy's a machine. He's going to take some stopping and winning this championship. We're nearly heading the halfway point of this championship as well. And he is just on a different level right now. The balance of performance has changed ever so slightly. The BMWs and the Mercs have both been affected by that in terms of they've now been given less power and weight and can be given more weight. The Expos have been given a lot less weight onto the car, 40 kilograms to be exact. But it's not affected the outcome here, that's for sure, because the stars of the field right now, the 3 winners from the DTM so far, are Heinemann, Ben Green, and Ben Tuck, and they're all in 1, 2, and 3. So these are the 3 that you're expecting to duke it out for the championship. But wow, if Tim Heinemann has anything to do with this, there will be no duking out at all. He'll be getting qualifying pole position every week, and he'll be winning every single week. No curbs being taken there on the final chicane. Of course, wants to make sure he drives this car home. And well, it looks like Heinemann for HP Racing International in the race room sponsored car. He's going to come across the line here, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to move over towards the checkered flag, and he will take victory here in the DTM Trophy, round number 5. Second position then will be Ben Green in the BMW M4 for Vulcan Horse Motorsport. Then is Ben Tuck for the Lippert Motorsport. Jan Casil with drive of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Superb drive from him. Absolutely smashed it to pieces. Sorry, Ben Green is FK Performance Motorsport. It's Jan Casil that's driving for Lippert Motorsport. And as they all come through here, we will get the official standings here. There's some very unfortunate drives for a couple of drivers who may not finish this race. But I tell you what, Tim Heinemann, the man to beat, he is absolutely on cloud 9 right now. His ability, he's just getting better and better and better. So the front 3 then being allowed to do a parade lap here. Of course, we have got some fans at the circuit, so it's really, really good to see. Of course, we are in Germany. Mercedes, BMW, both German manufacturers, so they're going to be very, very happy with how they've done. Been probably told to get loads of pickup onto the wheels. As you can see, they're running off circuit to try and do so. What a drive. He'll be absolutely over the moon with his performance here today. It's just been flawless. The safety car came out, gave him something to worry about, but again, you know, he may have lost out at Spa when a safety car came out, but it allows its ring. It happened again, and he took full advantage of the safety car, and he's learned his lessons, and we're just seeing a driver here on top of his game, but also willing to learn. There's new things to his game that he's learning week in, week out. He's becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. So the first 2 weeks, he came second. Both races, led the championship coming into round 3 and 4. It allows its ring, and where he absolutely dominated. 2 wins from 2. And while he's come into the Nürburgring GP as if it was the very next day, because the form has stayed the same, but this time it was a very dominant performance, which we haven't really seen thus far this season. What a race. Still got 1 more to go this weekend for the DTM trophies. We've still got 2 more races to go this afternoon. We've got the GTC and we've got the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. So it's like a super Saturday afternoon of racing. Feels like a Sunday, but they've all still got Sunday to come. More racing action to come. As we do have some slow-mos here of that final chicane being taken by Tim Heinemann. With a flawless drive once again. As we look over the green hell, it's definitely not hell for the German. As he's going to pick up maximum points. And here we go. It's Tim Heinemann who finishes in first, ahead of Ben Green and Ben Tuck. Those 3 are the only race winners of the season thus far. Jan Casil is in 4th from 13th. Mark Fulgencio then is in 5th. Michael Schrey in 6th. Jan Philipp Springgold, Maron, Koffler and Wackmüller round out your top 10. Then we've got Herziger, Hamel, Rinn, Goulden, Lieb, Sherban, Georg Griezmann, and then we have got Kelvin Snooks, who was a while off the pack. Kubolt, Peter Terting, who did not finish, unfortunately, and Felix von der Laden is also a DNF. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I will leave you with all of the celebrations. But this is your top 3. Ben Tuck in the BMW M4, racing for Vulcan Horse Motorsport, picks up the podium spot. In second position then, it is Ben Green. Both of these drivers did indeed win at Spa. Ben Green, of course, driving for FK Performance Motorsport. But it's all about this man today. Tim Heinemann, once again, showing he is the class of the field, racing for HP Racing International. It is the third win on the bounce. He's extended his championship lead. Tim Heinemann is leading the DTM Trophy inaugural championship.